Because there's
with
always
their access to.
paparazzi, and you
No,
know
I can't.
that's a risk.
I can complain, and I will. It's just one of those things where you sit back and you say it's taken out of context, and there's too many people out here doing this over people's words. And the end story that I'm going to say this, folks, is what are we doing? What is happening to this country? Why are we going backwards to the 1960s and 70s and bringing racism back up and all these violence back? Why?
I hate to do this because this is twice that I've been forced on different programs, this one and elsewhere, to come down in defense of the political, of the people complaining about racial issues. Racism in this country never went away. That's why it comes up every so often. It's like a friggin' septic tank in your backyard.
Every now and then,
Thank you, Nurse Misery. Every now and then, it overflows. If you don't take care of it,
if you don't pump the leach field,
if you don't fix the underlying problem, all that Chuckles crap that you've accumulated in that septic tank, sooner or later is going to bubble over on a regular basis.
Clown crap.
Yeah, and that's.
So those body parts are going to boil up. You got
sooner
to
or
throw
later,
some lime down there.
You want to make sure that those decaying corpses in your backyard are deeply buried.
Oh yeah, they're deeply buried.
But that's the thing with race is now again, is racism in this country as bad as it used to be? No, we can no longer just go for a ride Saturday night, grab a couple of black people and hang them and torture them to death for fun, like they did back in the 30s. We can't do that anymore.
This is the Haunted Cabaret you're listening to, by the way. This is no longer the Chuckles Crypt. You did not hear that on this show at all.
Oh, well.
George
I'm
Garner.
sure George has a point.
Yeah,
my point is you're talking about racism like it no longer exists.
Yeah.
It exists.
I know it does, but it's foolish. It should not, and this should not be a subject that we're bringing up in 2014.
And of all people,
15, whatever.
You're a year behind.
Shut up, Nurse Misery.
Talk about retro.
I'll throw you out that window.
And Hulk Hogan, of all people, should know to watch his mouth.
Just around people out in the public.
People.
If you're in your own home, you should feel able to, but...
And this will dovetail perfectly into your show a little bit later, there is no such thing as privacy anymore.
No.
It does not exist.
Not with cell phones and technology the way it is.
You're right. So let's break this segue up before I get any more angry and end up in George's Haunted Cabaret
And by the way, if you don't delete those pictures of you dressed as the Chuckster, I will be deleting you from Rhode Island Free Radio. Well, all of your accomplishments.
Well, it looks like I'm going up to 990 after this. I'll see you in a little bit, guys. So let's go down to a little Faith No More, and this is perfect because this country is falling to pieces here on Chuckles Crypt, Rhode Island Free Radio.
Just paralyzed because the plot thickens every day and the pieces of my puzzle keep crumbling away. But I know there's a picture beneath. Indecision clouds my vision. No one listens because I'm somewhere in between my love and my you see I'm somewhere in between. My life is falling to pieces. Somebody put me together. Leave me down on the ground. My fingers in my ears to block the sound. My eyes shut tight to avoid the sight. Anticipating the end, losing the will to fight. Droplets of yes and no in an ocean of night. equilibrium's there. Indecision clouds my vision. No one listens because I'm somewhere in between my love and mine. Girl, you see I'm somewhere in between. My life is falling to pieces. Somebody put me together. Sometimes I think I'm blind, or I may be just paralyzed. Because the plot thickens every day, and the pieces of my puzzle keep crumbling away. But I know there's a picture beneath. In the season, cloud my vision. No one listens because I'm somewhere in between my love, my enemy. You see, I'm somewhere in between. My life is falling to pieces. Somebody put me together between my love and my enemy. You see, I'm somewhere in between.
A little Falling to Pieces by one of my favorite bands, Faith No More. And that's right, I have no more faith in this country as a whole. I'm thinking about moving to Canada or Ireland where freedom of speech still exists. And the biggest thing they feud over is a bottle of liquor.
We can get some good health
Yeah.
care
Now,
in Canada.
now you're going to get the hate from Canada and Ireland, too.
I'm used to the hate from
Yeah, they're going
Ireland.
to say,
I'm
don't send your
Irish."
losers here.
Yeah.
We don't want more clowns.
there's
we have enough.
Yeah, there's a big poster of you at the checkpoints of all these countries.
Yeah,
You
I'm
realize that.
not allowed in there. I got to apologize because we didn't get to really get into the Ant-Man situation, which is great because it'll give me a chance to read some of the newer books that are out because I saw that they started releasing number ones and new stories with that. And we'll talk a little more about Ant-Man. I had to touch on the Hulk Hogan thing. And for all of you out there that are going to unfriend request me because I'm still a fan of Hulk Hogan, it doesn't hurt my feelings at all. For every 10 of you that unfriend request me, there's another 20 that are friend request me. So
I
have
don't
fun.
think you're going to get unfriended as much as you may think.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
Hang in there, Hulkster. It'll get better. Like you told me, look at the positive end of things, and it'll work out. We're going to wrap things up, and if you want to hear this broadcast again, you can tune into Rhode-IslandFreeRadio.org and pull it up and listen to all the Chuckles, Crips, and of course, coming up next, the Haunted Cabaret here on Rhode Island Free Radio, where I guarantee you things are going to get a little more edgier than normal. I'm signing out here on Chuckles Crypt. We're going to leave with a little Alice Cooper, Is It My Body?
I thought you knew the song.
What have I got that makes you want to love me? Is it my body? Someone I might be? Something inside me to find out who I really am. What have I got that makes you want to love me? Is it my body? Someone I might be? Something inside me? You better tell me. It's really up to you. Have you got the time to find out who I really am?
Listen to the sound of footsteps in the dark, to voices that may not be quite human, to the sound of screams in the night. The Haunted Cabaret, the home of all things horror, on Rhode-IslandFreeRadio.org, with your host, George Garner. The Haunted Cabaret starts now.